Welcome back, listeners, to another episode of the Sports Shots Pod. I'm here with Kyle. My name is Isaiah. Kyle, we're back again.
Yeah, tell them why. Tell the people why.
Okay, so
tell why it was so worth taking the week off.
So again, we took a week off. I know we celebrated last week about going back-to-back weeks again, but now we took a week off. However, your boy Isaiah made an executive decision to postpone the recording so I could focus on an important test that came up last week. So the results for this test came in this morning, and I passed. It's not my first time taking this exam. I took it. It's my fourth. I took it the fourth time. This was my fourth time taking it. I'm fumbling on my words.
Flex on the people. Tell them what the exam was. Flex, man. You deserve it.
It was it's called the Fundamentals of Engineering exam. You know, it's not the hardest exam in the world, but the longer you go out of school, the harder it gets. Because there's a section that's
I don't care what anyone says, man, because we're both kind of. You actually stuck it out, but we both kind of have an engineering minds. We were in the curriculum together. I don't care what anyone says. This world is not going to survive without engineers. You can have all the lawyers, all the doctors, which they're important too. I'm talking about doctors.
Of course.
No disrespect to lawyers, but come on now. You know the saying, if your lawyer needs a lawyer, you're fucked. Yeah. You need doctors. You need, I guess, teachers. But fucking engineers, man. How the fuck are you going to live in anything, use
go to work,
anything, drive anything? You need
engineers. Yeah. So, I finally passed it. And now all I am is just one more test away from being licensed. And when you get your license, it's a big pay boost. I mean, big. I'm talking about an extra.
Paying my rent.
Oh, I'm about to be his sugar daddy. That's what's gonna happen. So to celebrate,
I'll give you all the bills.
Yeah, you give me all the sugar.
Nah. You can keep that to yourself, but I'll give you all the bills.
Nah. That's not how this works. You give me sugar, I give you the money. All right. No, but anyway, to celebrate after work, I stopped by my local liquor store, bought a bottle of Johnny Walker Black Label. So that's what I'm drinking tonight, and that's what I'm gonna continue to drink after this.
See, that's a. Can I say a rich man drink?
This size bottle was $40. So, I mean, I wouldn't say so.
Okay, I just say a rich man drink because of where we are at the level of our level of finances. This is like high class for us because this ain't a regular bottle of bourbon.
No, this is this is Scotch. I'm drinking Scotch. So and then also bought
my French.
Yeah, Frenchy. No, I'm just kidding. I also stopped by the cigar place, right? The cigar section. There's this I say high end brand, but it's pretty expensive. Once you hear how much I paid for the cigar, you could be like, what? So my favorite brand to celebrate is Cohiba.
Someone that smokes weed. Okay,
yeah, I know. That's true. Yeah.
Let's not go into me.
That's true. Yeah, we don't need to look into your weed expenses, your quarterly expenses. But I bought a Cohiba Blue. It was $31 for a single cigar. So I've had it once when me and my wife celebrated our anniversary.
That's like an eighth.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, when you compare it to yours, yeah.
Let me see.
But I don't have it with me. It's out in the living room. I have it after this recording. Me and my wife will go sit outside once my son's asleep. We're gonna enjoy a drink, play some music, and enjoy that.
I wish
that
I was
cigar.
down there so I could share this with you, man. Because you deserve this with tonight.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
You deserve this. I wish I could pass this to you.
I appreciate that. What feels so good is that the only thing that different I did between this time and the other 3 times is that I asked people to pray for me, and to know that once I told those people how much it meant to them meant that much more to me about passing. I felt like this was pressured because I had to deal with my son being sick, some family relations, right, arguments. I had to deal with my house flood, the water getting in 5 inches. I had to deal with the passing of my uncle and being a pallbearer for him, and then all that. And I wanted to reschedule it, and it would not let me reschedule. It just wouldn't.
How much was the test?
$225.
Shit, cheaper than mine, so I'll have to be paying.
$225 to take it, $50 to reschedule. So, and it just wouldn't let me. I was like, why aren't you letting me reschedule? And it just would not let me.
It was the higher power telling you
exactly
take this shit today.
Exactly. It was him saying this. You're gonna pass this one. You're gonna take it when I tell you to take it. So, yeah.
I do believe in science. I do believe in karma. I believe in
check this out. It was my 4th test, and I took it on 4-4.
Hey, sometimes ball 4 still get you on base. so like shit, man. That it increases the on base, it increases the OPS, so you good.
Yeah, but you know what? I want there to be confetti. Add some cheering, some explosions. I'll add that in post production.
My dumbass moved the whole window over.
But that's enough by me. That's why we took off a week. It paid off, thank God, and that's how I'm celebrating. But this ain't a one-person podcast. Kyle, tell the people what you're drinking.
Yeah, but a one-person podcast, I'm giving you the whole floor because
thank you.
Because you giving me the extra inspiration and somewhat pressure to match you in the field that I'm in, because I'm at the point where I'm just putting it off, and I'm not really putting it off. I'm just not in a full focused mind where
of course,
there's no distractions around me, because for this shit and how I am with school, and it's not school, but just how I was when I was in school, and how I study and how I do my work, like I have to lock in, and it's a different kind of.
Of course, I agree.
Where you don't hear me for like a couple weeks, like where you were texting me at times, wondering how I'm doing or some shit because you hadn't heard from me in a while, like that type of shit.
Like can I get a welfare check? Shit.
Like I just go to work and come back and just lock myself away from the world, like because not only is this shit expensive and I'm coming, fully out of pocket for paying for the CPA, like. I only got into accounting because, when I left engineering, I said, shit, I'm going to use what I learned already. Hopefully the math will take me far, and just, just follow the numbers. And it's led me to some good places,
Oh, yeah.
And the work that I'm doing.
We both deserve a pat on the back, man. We got one of us in the engineering field, we got the other in the finance field.
And that's why I told you, man, that was the motivation. We need to go into business together, because you get to run the project side and I run everything else as far as keeping the business running.
Exactly.
And then that's where we build our team. That's where we hire. And that's how we build a corporation.
Exactly. And we'll call it Sports Shots & Co. Just kidding. Sports Shots Inc. But yeah,
man, that's... my ass, but I'm just talking shit now. But that's the shit that that's gonna motivate me. I need to get on with it. But to celebrate with you, you already know one thing I'm doing, and I'm finishing the other. So, because been going through I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not.
No,
and we don't promote that shit.
No, but we promote.
When life starts,
casual drinking.
We'll call it that. And life hits you, And then at the end of the day, you just say, fuck it, I don't want nothing else but to get lit. And that's where I'm at. And that's why this bottle is going to be empty by the end of the show. Yeah, so that's what I'm working on my side. Today I actually used the AC in my car for the first time this year.
Wow. It's been it's been that cold, huh? Or that cool.
And now it was kind of warm because the sun is out. So it's warm. It's thawing out up here. It's thawing out up here while y'all are swimming and baking. And
for sure.
Swinging because the mosquitoes are out. That's the one thing I'm kind of glad I don't deal with anymore is the mosquitoes because like you really you are swinging down there. It ain't just just shooing off like you're fighting them bitches.
Yeah. Oh, and these are Texas-sized mosquitoes too. They don't play.
Shit, man, you hear them buzzing from way down the street,
from down the block,
and then they slap you. They don't just land on you. You feel them when they hit your skin.
Oh yeah, they have some weight to them.
Shit. Speaking of Texas,
talk to me.
There was something that happened in San Antonio this week.
Uh-oh.
And Isaiah, let me have the floor for this one.
Go ahead. Floor's yours.
I'm not heartbroken. I am, but I'm not. But it's hard to get to the national championship in college basketball. It is fucking hard. And before I even get into it, when I found out this particular stat for the University of Houston, having the most appearances in the Final Four and not a single fucking title. They have 7. They've went to the Final Four 7 times, I say. 7 times over their history.
That's why they called you the Buffalo Bills.
And not a single title. And it hurt because how do you fumble more than once? You fumbled 2 possessions in 46 seconds. Not only did Florida's defense clamp down, they seem like a deer in headlights. After all the work that they've done this season and the late game heroics that they've pulled out, this was the first time they looked completely confused. And it sucks even more because, it did turn into ref ball in the second half. But it sucks even more when among the ref ball, the missed goaltending is what would have sent the game into overtime. The clear missed goaltending call. Besides that,
yeah.
After when Sharp did whatever the fuck he did, when the clock ran out, I kind of just sat there. I was just kind of lost in the abyss for a minute. I remember I got up and I started washing the dishes. And then as I'm cleaning up in the kitchen, I'm kind of just walking back and forth, kind of lost in my mind because I'm forgetting what I was going to do next.
yeah, been there.
So, it sucked. Congratulations to Florida. There is, Florida kind of has been a second home to me growing up in my life. I don't care at this point. I drove by U of H every day, almost.
Yeah.
I've been all through that neighborhood, growing up around there. Didn't go there. I had to get out of Houston for other reasons. Wanted to, but I said, the whole family pretty much went, so they could do without one that can hold a degree from elsewhere. It's okay to diversify. I didn't go to UT though.
I mean, I wasn't thinking that. You have 2 degrees, one from a different school, each.
So I still hold a special place in my heart for the Cougars, and I don't know when. We just roll the dice for next year. I saw they already got him ranked number 1 going into next season because they seem like they got some good talent coming in. This one hurt, and you don't know when you're ever going to get back.
Yeah, me and you have this little bickering at each other when it comes to football and basketball. Me being a UT fan, you being a Cougar fan. But last night, Monday, I was legitimately and wholeheartedly rooting for Houston to win. Texas college sports hasn't done anything for the state in years.
Well, Baylor won in 2010.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, come on, Come on.
What? No respect for Baylor?
Okay, I put respect to them. Just gosh. But besides that, Texas.
They're the only one in the last 20 plus years.
Yeah, since the Rose Bowl, really, right? That's probably like the last thing.
Yeah, they're the
besides
last one.
that.
Yeah. Well,
Texas.
A&M, they lost. I forgot because the Aggies, they were in College World Series, but they lost. So.
Yes, that's correct. TCU was in the National Football Championship. Don't talk about that. Texas doesn't talk about TCU.
Right. Let's not. Right. We know what happened to them. That
Texas had a good chance at football this year. Fumbled. Houston was right there, seconds away.
Fumbled. Yeah. I remember the play now. Yeah, that was a literal fumble.
Yeah. So the only thing I get upset at is now I don't know the players' names, right? But the gentleman with the ball last,
Sharp.
you just gotta take the shot.
The ball had to be in his hands because he was hot at the right time. He was the one hitting down the shots. But
exactly, I get it. The defender's right there in front of you, but
Clayton came to contest at the last minute, and he double guessed himself when he was already going up in the air. At the very least, I think I already saw Tugler was down low. He could have been
exactly.
He could have been on the board. There could have been a foul. They could have been, could have tipped it in. Anything could have happened.
There was no shot clock. He could have just shot it up, and
there was still,
get the rebound.
And when he lost possession, there was still at least 7 seconds left on the clock. There would have been enough time.
He was standing there. He was standing there trying to box out the other guy because he can't grab it because it's a travel. But it's like you had time. Just let it go.
So
But that moment was just like heartbreaking for me. We're just literally seconds away from getting the hardware.
Do you not realize what it would have meant for Houston if they would have won?
Oh,
they would not realize how much the city would have cut up.
Yeah,
like this. I don't know which hurts more, this one or Astros Nationals in Game 7. Like,
I mean, to me, Astros
kind of on the
same.
I mean, it's kind of on the same level for me because it was both at the last minute.
Yeah,
and
I mean, you want to say Houston because it's more of a journey,
It was more of a journey. It was more of a fight to get there. It was, and everything had to go your way. Everything had to line.
You had to go through
They
Duke.
barely survived.
Yeah.
So shit. And look, man, it took 40 years for them to get back. So what? I'm gonna have to wait another 40 years? I'll be
maybe. But yeah, so that's that March Madness. It ended good. I will say that March Madness wasn't exciting, but it ended good.
It was exciting for me up until the end. Shit.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. But moving on to the higher level of basketball, we got playoffs coming in next week. I think the East is all secured, and the West only 2 teams are secured.
Boston is crowned the conference champs. I don't see no one else coming out the East.
I guess. You know. Let me see. Let me look this bad boy up. Well, I mean, the Cavs won the conference.
They ain't winning. They ain't beat Boston.
I mean, I agree with you. I don't see it. This is just a hot run from them.
Yeah.
But the only people that have locked something in the West is Oklahoma and Houston. That's it.
Do you think the Rockets can go on a run?
I think they can make the conference finals.
Against who? Oklahoma?
Denver.
By the way, what's going on with them? What's up with the coaches getting fired? And
I don't know. I don't know how you...
Playoff team coaches getting fired going into the playoffs.
I don't... Finals winners coaches aren't getting fired. Going into... Is Jokic...
Ago.
Is Jokic the new LeBron? Does he call the shots? Because there was an article saying that he was fed up with the defensive side and the work ethic. You know? That's all I heard or read. But how do you fire someone that when you or got, you know, and they've been successful? It's not like they've taken a drop off. Maybe sure, barely, but you still got an MVP caliber dude. You still got the same five that basically won you that, besides a couple players. But I don't know, man. Because they fired their head coach and GM, right?
Yeah, they can't about. It's funny. Everyone is getting fired before Nico Harrison. Yeah. Which, by the way, he's back tonight. How do you think? What do you think is gonna? What time is that game gonna start? But how do you think the fans are gonna receive it? Like, how do you think the scene is gonna be?
I think they're gonna chant fire, Nico.
Oh, the game is already on. We're tripping. I forgot it's 7:00. Yeah, I'm tripping.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit! Luka already got 25. It's not even halftime.
Dude, I don't get why you trade that guy, man. Who cares if he's drinking a beer? Who cares if he has a belly? The man's a bucket.
He's also a complainer.
Yeah. He was. I think he got ejected last night or yesterday for talking crap to a fan.
Yeah, with the fan. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, oh well.
Did you see?
5 for 7 on more threes, by the way. Still 3 minutes left and a half.
Yeah, we knew he was going to cook him when his first came back. We knew that. Did you see old boy from Memphis on that dunk when he got fouled and fell on his head?
No.
Did you see that play?
No, I don't think so. Like I said, man, like barely today I just started getting back into like social media,
right.
other sports.
Yeah, which is good. That was the other night. He was going up for the dunk, got it, but who were they playing? I don't even remember who they were playing. Should have had it up. So I'm looking at the. I don't have the screen up that I wanted, but we're playing. I can't remember who the fuck they was playing. Let me see. What's today? The 9th?
Yes.
Grizzlies. Yeah, that's who it was. It was Grizzlies and the Hornets. And
okay.
Who did I say it was? Jaylen Wells went up for the dunk, and Jaylen Wells went up for the dunk, and old boy from Charlotte just, I don't know why you're jumping with him. You're not going to contest. You're not, no chance of getting the block. Why are you jumping behind him? And then he stopped midair, landed behind him. Old boy, come down off the rim, fall on his head. I think they said he had a fractured wrist. Awesome. So,
is he the one that got stretched off?
Yeah. Yeah, he should have had a concussion, I think. The way he fell, his head bounced off the fucking court.
Yeah, but getting stretched off is crazy for a fractured wrist.
Well, I mean, they was, at the time, they more concerned about his head.
Sure. And then they realized nothing happened.
But,
I think they even put a neck brace on him, right?
I didn't see that. I mean, I'm sure they did. They would have had to for a head injury, just to transport him. But yeah, everyone's talking about if it's a dirty player or not. Like,
I haven't seen it.
it's easy to call it full speed. It is. I say it's dirty because you knew you wasn't getting the block. You knew you wasn't gonna. You knew you wasn't gonna contest. So like, you should have just let the boy dunk it, move on, play defense. You shouldn't have turned the ball over or whatever. But I get split-second decisions mid-air at the same time where, like, you jump and then you say, oh, shit. But, like, dude, come on, man. You should have just let him have it. You didn't have to. You wasn't going to contest.
Oh, it was a half-ass jump, too. Yeah, he should have done
that's
anything.
Why I was like, that's why I say, I get, like, when you're in mid-air, you make that split-second decision, but it's like you wasn't going to contest it. So you shouldn't have jumped to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah, that was... Now looking at it, watching it, yeah, that was a half-ass jump.
Yeah.
He was already, like, 3 feet behind him.
Like, why are you jumping? So
yeah, no, yeah. I think that's a
stupid play. It's a stupid play for sure.
It's a stupid play. There was no ill intent. I think.
He wasn't trying to like straight up hurt the dude. Yeah. That's why I said he wasn't a dirty player. He was just stupid for
it was
going.
A dumb decision. Yeah.
It was a dumb decision and got him hurt. So, yeah.
But yeah, no, I saw it.
It's like Draymond.
Yeah, Draymond. I don't like Draymond, man. I just don't like his character on the court.
I don't like it either, man. Like, I'm watching a game with the Rockets the other night. He over here fucking around with Şengün.
I saw that, dude.
It got to a point to where I kind of like wanted to fly out to Chase Center and just beat his ass myself. And I don't care if I get my ass.
Dude,
you can get one shot on him at least.
Yeah, dude gets a tag and then claps in the ref's face. It's like,
and it's like he always does this shit.
Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure. I think he believes he's like one of the key roles to winning all those finals.
Oh, of course he does.
When he had the greatest shooter of all time, plus Kevin Durant. Besides one.
Yeah, Kevin Durant. I just hate that KD had the jump shot. But yeah, he did help win those things. But Jeremiah, it went to his head just because he's still there.
Yeah. But yeah, that's that. And then Ja Morant, we got in trouble again for doing the pew-pews. Did you see what his latest celebration was?
Yeah, he pretended to throw a grenade. He got a whole GTA arsenal.
Next thing, the man's gonna take out of them RPG or a sniper.
You know what's funny though? All this shit. Did you saw that boy that from the tournament that got down like he was a sniper?
Yeah.
It's like nothing said about him, but
no,
John's stupid though. Like, you gotta stop doing this shit. Like, this, it shouldn't even be like a headline or anything. It's
just grow up, right?
You're dumb shit. It grow up. John needs to grow up, and the NBA needs to settle the fuck down.
Exactly, agreed. Both of them. Yeah,
it's not that serious.
Listen, you're a $1 billion association. You're a multi-million-dollar player. Let's calm down now. We're playing kids games.
Over here, worried about little gun salutes is like shit.
Yeah. Man. Now, I didn't agree with the whole situation that he had going on off the court. Right, that was kind of childish.
Of course.
Like
it's even stupid. Just the thought of grown men flashing guns on Instagram.
Yeah, come on, man. You shoot a basketball. Yes. I say it like
that's what a real gangster would say.
Yeah, I say it like if they play like at the park or at the Boys and Girls Club.
Shit.
Instead, but yeah, man, be a man. Both of y'all, Ja Morant and the NBA. Now watch, I'm gonna get a DM from Ja Morant. So he's gonna send me the little water gun.
Heard you talking shit about me.
Heard you talking shit. Nobody. It's alright. Hey, speaking of random people talking shit about players, did you see there's a commercial now for people who sports bet? It's basically saying like people who sports bet relax.
I'm glad that they're showing that commercial too, because it's always the dudes that never would have made it themselves.
Exactly, and it's like, dude, but it's more towards like sports betting, like people attacking athletes for sports bets because they didn't hit or something.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's
brother,
what we're talking about.
This man is making millions. He could care less about what you say, but you're attacking him, and probably his family are threatening him.
No, not probably. They are.
Yeah, because you didn't hit your $15 parlay. Like, come on. Like, get out of here, bro. You know, make a model. Follow Sports House Pod. Buy our Patreon. I'm just kidding.
And it's even worse when they're attacking the college athletes too.
Yeah, man, get out of here.
Like the college athletes before they started getting paid. Now they're getting paid. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But girl pair. But nah.
Shit. Carson and Beck's getting paid. I don't think we ever talked about that, but we could talk about that more later on.
Dude. Go over. All these athletes getting paid. They alright.
Yeah. What's the point of going to NFL early now?
Exactly. What's the incentive?
Exactly.
Some of them there was always that. That's the only thing that I have against it is I don't know what it does for the drive of the player.
Exactly.
Because there was always.
I would be a fifth-year senior.
Yeah, because he's not that high on the NFL scouts. So
no.
Yeah. So and it helps him to keep getting whatever money that they offer him just to stay in school. What do you do as far as a school curriculum? That's what I wonder too. Because you're already going to class. Like you pick the easiest majors and you have someone else do your work. So
like I think the most memorable one I know is like DK Metcalf graduated with a hospitality degree. I want to say.
I mean, I don't want to say like most college football players are dumb, but I mean, you know why they're at college, and they ain't majoring in architecture.
Yeah, see, Derrick Henry got a degree in communication.
That's a popular one.
Yeah, you know. Like, imagine this man being your speech teacher.
That's why Andrew Luck was my favorite player when he came out, because he was an architecture major.
Andrew Luck would have been a Hall of Famer.
I feel like he should get in, but honorable mention just because he had the shit that he had to deal with in Indianapolis and not having a line and basically having a ruptured spleen just to show how badly he's getting beat to shit back there.
And he was who was he to compare him today? He threw a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns, but also had a lot of interceptions. A good Jameis Winston?
No, I would say like a tier above a Baker Mayfield.
I like that. That one's good.
Because because the reason why I bring up Baker is because thank God he has a little bit of success winning in the playoffs. With two organizations, but he's a mobile quarterback and he's a hard-nosed runner, and he can sling it.
You know what? So, I'm gonna say a famous player's name, and you have to try and tell me the degree that they got. Okay. Peyton Manning. Now, these players I'm naming you, they're not like your hospitality, they're not communications, they're not journalists. They get like a harder degree. We'll call it actual degree.
They actually did work, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Peyton, he come from Louisiana, so them boys is going to be a little bit more outdoors minded or oil minded. So I'm going to say something agriculture related.
Physical education.
Yeah, damn.
PE.
That's an easy one. How you get a degree for that shit?
Yeah.
Jesus
well,
Christ.
I mean, it's usually because my wife has a kinesiology degree, right?
That's another one that I'd be calling out with these athletes.
And then, what about his brother, Eli Manning?
Shit.
Not
Eli's
the same.
think Eli is a little bit, you know, a little step behind Peyton as far as, you know, he kind of looks the part. So I'm going to say something a little bit easier. I'm going to just say communications.
Marketing.
Close. That's another easy one. That's another easy one.
You know.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know how we ended up in this rabbit hole. But
we were talking.
I think we're talking about college players getting played.
Yeah.
And then led into what degrees they actually get.
Yeah, I don't remember how that. I probably just went down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But,
but
because I was talking about how they're getting paid. Oh, I was saying what they do. You know, when you are like already should have graduated and you're like a fifth year senior.
Yeah.
Because you already picked the easiest classes and you don't go to work. You don't do the work.
Agreed. Let's move on to a sport that's already started. It's already getting kicked off out the way. Major League Baseball.
Oh, before we get into baseball, because we don't talk about it enough, and I want to give a shout out. Fucking Alex Ovechkin. That was an exciting weekend.
How can we forget that?
And I was going to give mention to that this week. Dude, I watched both games, Friday and Sunday, when he tied it and took over. And, dude, that... just a straight piss missile.
Did you see the debate, which was...
No, I'm not watching that debate. First of all, it sucks that that's the only time First Take is going to even mention hockey. They literally never talk about hockey, ever at all. No. Now, I know I keep saying that we will, and how I'm doing a deeper dive into it, and I'm barely now starting to pay attention more, especially with it being close to the playoffs. Definitely wanted to give a shout out to Ovechkin and the fact that the Capitals was the first team that I started watching and the first team that I saw live. And they're 2-0 when I go to their games. So I guess
going to continue when you were talking about his record-breaking goal.
Oh, but yeah, shit, man, just a straight piss missile. And it was the best. It was the only possible way that he could take the lead. And you know, it was going to be his patented shot from the left side. And it happened so fast. I didn't even see it until like he was diving in the middle of the ice, and I realized that he got it. And I was like, oh fucking shit, he fucking did it. That's like this is literally like Barry Bonds passing Hank Aaron type shit. Like, it's sad that I know a lot of people, particularly within our world that, you know, we grew up around, don't know shit about hockey down there. It's a great fucking sport. Yeah. And I'm glad that I was able to see it. That's
fun. It's always great watching history. Especially sports history.
Man. For sure.
Did they? I didn't watch the game live. Did they have like a pause?
Yeah. Good. They had to. Good. Yeah, they had a full pause. They brought the whole family out. Teams out. Gretzky, the commissioner, was there. Team owner was there. They gave him his flowers.
That's awesome.
Yeah. They did just more of a standing ovation when he tied it. I don't remember if they actually... No, they didn't go down on the ice. It was just a long ovation. But yeah, when he got it, shit, just straight up was not blocking that shot. So yeah, vintage Ovechkin taking the lead.
What's crazy is like he tied him when he tied him the same amount of games played. Which is like mind blowing.
Yeah.
You know.
Get to 900, retire.
Yeah.
So that means when someone gets to 901, it's like that much even more special when someone gets to 901.
It is, yeah. Yeah, just to see the extra tick. You know. But yeah. But that's good. That's good that you stopped us before we moved on to baseball. But we went to baseball. I want to point out is it week 1 or week 2? I don't know. week one.
We're week 1.5 going into week 2.
So I want to mention week one's AO and NL Player of the Week. And AL Player of the Week was third baseman Alex Bregman. NL Player of the Week was right field Kyle Tucker.
As the kids are saying nowadays, that I see in the comments, I just fell to my knees in a Shipley's parking lot. In a Whataburger or HEB parking lot.
And the top 3 hit leaders for that week: Tuve, Bregman, Tucker.
And Willard Abreu, a former Astro prospect.
So
literally,
prospect.
The Astros are still dominating baseball in one way or another.
Yeah, Astros scouting, top tier. Top tier. The recruitment, the development, top tier. Cam Thomas is going to be a solid long-term player.
Dodger fans are going to want to interrupt us, but then we'll remind them that you literally bought everyone on the team that won you that World Series. Okay?
And you gave us your dot.
Who won us a World Series before you did.
450 dead center.
Talk to me when someone goes 450 dead center to win you a championship, all right? Until then, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Swept everyone be in the playoffs besides the World Series too that season.
That's why Yankee fans can't talk shit to us either.
Exactly. A lot of contracts being signed too.
Yeah,
players left and right.
I don't know what to make of that. It's weird. I've never seen this before.
No, I guess they saw the NFL, all these 9-figure contracts, and they're like, people get excited about that. Let's try it, right? So clubs are signing their respective all-stars to multi-year deals, right? That's basically what's going on.
And I was reading where the Players Association was trying to have Jackson Merrill decline that offer that he took from the Padres, because apparently with the whole AAV, they're saying you would probably just get more based on your value. But shout out to him if everything checks out in that aspect, then shit, he wanted to stay home, so gotta like that loyalty.
Yeah. Yeah, so like you said, like we've never seen it. It's fun, it's happening, it's good. Players are getting paid. That's always good to see.
There's gonna be a lockout, by the way.
Probably. As his history likes to repeat itself.
Whatchamacallit, the bargain agreement expires. The temporary one they put in place after the last lockout in 22.
Yeah.
So they kind of hope for that to happen. Astros won the World Series out here.
They did. They started it wasn't crazy late.
It was like
a
2
week.
Weeks late.
Yeah, like a week or two. Yeah, I don't mind that. But teams who are hot right now, Dodgers.
They're on a runaway train, man.
They're going, bro.
Honestly, man, they're winning the World Series this year. So.
Chugga, choo choo. Without the torpedo bats.
Shit, man. They are fucking torpedoes.
Oh, dude. And then I think Shohei is supposed to be pitching soon. Too.
Literally the only thing that you can hope for is that they trip themselves up as they've done in previous years in the playoffs. That's literally the only hope at this point.
You hope the Diamondbacks pull off a miracle.
That division is ridiculous stuff. For the Rockies.
Hold on. AI overview saying that Shohei is not going to pitch this season.
He was supposed to. They're wrong. He's going to.
And then here it says yes. AI overview says yes. Shohei is expected to pitch this season. So I heard he was throwing the bullpen this past week.
Yeah, he's been throwing. So I don't know. I'd say about All-Star break, he makes it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I got something I wanted to throw out.
Talk to me.
So, I know I wanted to. It would have been more fitting last week because since we was like opening week, but
Yes.
of course there was better reasons why we paused. So I'll still recap it today.
Yep. Talk to me.
Little PSA if you're going to ball games this year. One. This list is coming off experience, so maybe it's gonna kind of come from a get off my lawn type perspective, and I don't give a fuck. I know I'm becoming that kind of a person, and I'm perfectly fine with that shit. When you go, it's okay to talk. Obviously, I'm not saying just everyone just go need to be like robots and shit. But like, god damn, do we gotta hear your fucking conversation out loud when we're trying to watch the pitch and concentrate? Like, there's people that go to the game and actually concentrate. We don't need to hear your entire life, the whole 9 innings.
No, sir.
Just keep it to yourself.
Keep that in the kitchen.
That's all. Especially more intimate details.
Yeah.
If you're a freak, don't tell the whole world.
Keep it in the bedroom.
Keep it in your circle.
If you a freak in the sheets, keep it there. You know?
That's one. Second little announcement, little friendly reminder when you go to the ballpark. If you go with small children, and hopefully we don't catch a lot of shit for this, but I'm speaking straight from experience on these next 2 rules, so I'm going to talk about it. You go with small children, please make sure that you keep their legs under control. If you clearly see they are kicking the back of the chair that someone else is sitting in for more than one at bat, fucking inning, one at bat, please control their legs. Here's why I say this. I was at a White Sox game a couple years ago. Me and my dad. I was in Wisconsin at the time. We said, fuck it, let's go to Chicago, go to a ball game. White Sox suck, tickets were cheap. It was like the 3rd inning, right? There's a kid. You can tell it's clear it's his grandfather with two of the kids. And the younger son, little firecracker, he just kept swinging his legs back and forth into the back of my chair, and I'm just feeling like every couple seconds, just feeling the thud in my chair. And every time I turn around and I kind of like do a half look, like, I get that it's a kid, but I'm not going to say nothing at first. But if you see me turning around, like,
there's signs.
There's signs.
Yeah.
So did that through 1 inning, and then he went, and then the next inning comes, still kicking the chair. I'm turning around a little more. Now I'm kind of facing towards the adult. I'm like, and making eye contact, looking down. At that point, he did hold the legs back in. I did hear, let's try to keep your legs in. But not in an assertive tone that I would have heard if it was my mom telling me the same shit. So, that would have made me stop on the spot.
I would have got slapped already.
3rd inning comes by. Still kicking the chair.
Oh my gosh, dude.
This kid will not stay seated in his chair. He's getting up and down, loaded up on candy and eating cotton candy and all that shit. Kicking the chair. At this point, I turn around, I look to his granddad, and I go, excuse me, sir. Your son, your grandson, he's been kicking the back of my chair for the past 3 innings. Please, can you just please help me out and make sure it doesn't continue? I could have been, no, not could have been. I wasn't going to be any more rude about that. But I had to be stern to let him know that, dude, stop the shit. Like, I wasn't going to act ghetto or anything.
No.
Because then, of course, then I would have just been an angry black man. But, There's that. So people, control your kids, please. Another rule. A part of controlling your kids. If they're eating, please make sure they sit the fuck down. I was at an Astros game years ago, and it was my white pinstripe jersey. And there's this kid would not stay seated, eating nachos.
Of course, it's not.
Do I need to finish what happened?
You don't need to.
When it happened, the mother, she was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. She's like wiping all the back of my jersey. It's cheese and chili all on the back of the shit. I'm just like, and I'm thinking in my head, and I was a teenager at the time. I'm with my dad again, and like, you know, she was being apologetic. I had to fight the tongue to say, this is why you should have controlled your fucking kid. Please, if they're eating, please make sure they stay seated.
Yeah. Yeah, I have pet peeves like that. I have one, just as a kid. It's cute when kids cheer at games, right? It's awesome. When they do it for 6 innings of the same cheer, and the parents are clapping still, because I remember the cheers are like, "Let's go Hooks, let's go, clap clap, let's go Hooks, let's go." It was cute the first 2 innings. The rest of the 4 is like, okay. It doesn't matter if we were on offense. Doesn't matter if we were on defense. Doesn't matter if we were, playing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
That stadium is smaller in Corpus, so you hear it louder. It echoes.
Yeah. So, am I a bad guy for it? Maybe, but yeah.
Whatever. I'm probably a badder guy because I'm basically telling people to control their fucking kids.
No, that's not a bad guy. You've seen kids nowadays, so.
Yeah. Another rule. If you're going to take pictures, standing up at the end of the aisle or whatever, y'all might want to do that in between innings, because if you do it during an at-bat, not only are you blocking the view of someone, you can catch one upside of your head. So hold the pictures for in between innings. When you go to hockey games, you can't move out your seat until there's a stoppage play. So, like, if you get up, if you don't make it back to your seat after intermission, you have to wait at the aisles until the whistle blows before the ushers let you go down.
That's how, Dakin, right? That's how Dakin Park does it now. You're not allowed to go walk up and down the aisles during an at-bat.
Good.
You have to go, like, in between. Now, there's ushers there, like, stopping you.
Good. That means stay seated, because I'm tired of getting up constantly. That's another thing also, people. When you go to the ball game, please don't make people that are there sitting down, that you've seen sitting down for a while, constantly get up because you can't stay seated. You got to go to the concessions, to the restroom, to this, to that. If you're going to do all that, just stay walking.
Oh, yeah. I've been there. I love getting aisle seats, but then it's bad once you get the person that's just going nonstop back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
God. Dog, man, that's the one couldn't stay seated in school. That gave the teacher a hard time. So there's that. You got any rules you wanna?
No, I mean I agree with like almost all of yours.
I'm trying to think what else.
Just the cup holders are pretty close to my head or to my back, so when you rush to put it in there, you have a full beer. Just be careful, right? Don't split it on me.
And we got to stop all this not allowing opposing teams coming into your ballpark. This is fucking baseball.
God, get over it.
Get over this shit.
Yeah, be better.
Get over this shit.
Be a man.
Y'all want to fight someone else just because they're wearing another jersey at a baseball game.
Grow up, bro.
Like, this is not a fucking Raiders game. Right?
Shut up and eat your $12 hot dog, all right? Golly.
We're talking about Dodger fans, by the way.
Okay, all right.
you confirmed it with $12 hot dog. I could have just kept it anonymous.
That's true. But yeah, no, good. That was good. Good little PSA talk for our fellow ballpark goers. Any last things you want to add, Kyle? Or are you straight?
Nah, I'm straight.
We straight.
Straight as a line, man.
Yeah. Now, proceeding future, we should be back next week. I don't know. 2025 has been the year of expectancies.
Please don't let me go there.
Oh, I know. You won't. You won't. I'm here. I'm here with you. I'm here with you. But with that being said, thank you everyone for listening. We will see y'all soon. I don't know if it's next week, but we'll see y'all soon. We appreciate y'all.